The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the Bunk Collective and its affiliates. The material and information presented here is for general information and entertainment purposes only. This program might include strong images or language and may not be suitable for all audiences. This podcast was mainly created for fun and entertainment. And because we're the only podcast that has a big enough bravado to talk about all these. Viewer discretion is advised.
So horror movies. I feel I feel like there's a lack of horror movies that's currently on our favorite media platforms. It's like Disney Plus, Netflix, and I kind of hate it because it's like if you want to watch it on the TV, it's like you go to the apps, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I just feel that currently there's a very small amount of decent horror movies. Like I don't mind rewatching a whole bunch of them. But there's just not much on Netflix and Disney Plus right now. I
Mm-hmm.
guess there's some with like other platforms, but those are the only apps I have, and I feel bad. Although the Nun 2 it just came out recently, right? I mean, I haven't watched that, and then there was another horror movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's kind of famous. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
called Talk to Me. It's under A24.
Oh, okay. So
Whoa.
yeah, that. So yeah, A24,
Yeah.
award-winning, studio,
hmm
who produces movies
It
and
was
stuff.
actually directed by two YouTubers, which is cool.
Really,
hmm
A24 did Midsummer, right?
Yeah, Midsommar,
Yeah, yeah,
Hereditary.
that's it. Yeah.
Everything everywhere all at once.
There,
hmm
yeah, yeah. So yeah, obviously, Academy Award-winning movies, and I haven't watched those, but as a topic, really quickly, what's your favorite horror movie? It's like your best horror movie all time.
When you say favorite, do you mean movie
Kasi
that really got to
yun
you
talagang
or
yun
something that
talagang
you would
na-scar kayo.
watch? Ah, right.
Let's say na-scar kayo. It was a proper horror movie, regardless of the story, but when you watched it, it's like I don't think I want to watch that ever again.
hmm
Or at least there has to be a good reason for you to watch it again.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. I got two, but I got two. There's a reason why. So, firstly, story wise, I think The Exorcism of Emily Rose is the best movie for me. It
hmm
was such a good balance of horror and story, where you get both sides of the courtroom and the hauntings and stuff, and it was just really well told. The other one that I vowed never to watch is a film called a Serbian film.
Mm.
So
I heard that's gory.
yeah, I doubt that Ingrid knows that. I kind of knew that Bobby would,
Why?
because
Why?
I don't
I've heard of it. I've
because
heard of
we're
it.
freaky like that. But I just felt like a Serbian film when I watched it. There was literally a part of me that died when I
hmm
watched it. It was just so. It was such a bad movie in the best way possible.
Wait, I think I know what you're talking about. Can you give me the context? Is it about like abuse and like people getting
Yeah,
tortured?
yeah,
So that one.
yeah. Mm-mm. Trigger warning, rape, things
Hmm.
like that. So, yeah, it was rough. It was rough. I don't recommend anyone watch it. Um, like literally, I felt like I died. Like a part of me died when I watched that,
Yeah.
and I vowed never to watch it again. It's like it's so much very ingrained in my head,
Mm.
and it was not a nice film. Not my favorite, but what I vow never to watch again. That would probably be it.
Mm. Good
How
choice.
about yeah? How about you, Bobby?
Not really fond of horror movies. My ex like desensitized me to like horror movies. We watched like 10 movies one day, like the entire day, and all of them were pretty much the same. But there was this movie really liked, even though it was horrible. I think it was called Countdown. There was an app that would tell you how long you have to
Oh yeah,
live.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, yeah. It's that's a decent one. It's like, why did you say that it wasn't good? It's like it was a decent film.
Right, it was decent, right? But it wasn't like the most.
Not A24.
Yeah, it's not like a masterpiece of a horror movie, but it
Yeah,
was definitely
yeah.
like, let's just watch a horror movie. There's also this movie
Mhm.
called Happy Death Day, was it? Where she just dies over
Oh,
and
Happy
over.
Death Day. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
I like that
yeah.
one because
there was like a second movie, right?
oh yeah, but that
Yes.
was more fun. I think the
Yeah.
second movie was more fun than scary. The first one was like scary. It
Mm.
makes you feel like it makes you panic, like with her, the main character.
Yeah.
Because what if you? I can't imagine dying over and over and remembering how I die. Kind of.
Yeah.
And then
What was that movie again? Where they had black slaves. It was just recent.
Get Out.
Get Out. Yeah.
oh yeah, those are good too. Yeah,
Get Out
let's
was
forget that
pretty
word.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Hmm.
Jordan Peele
Yeah.
films.
Amazing. Love Jordan Peele.
Yeah, he's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
OP.
he's pretty cool. Yeah. Ingrid, how say you? What's the
I
best one?
I love horror. Personally, I enjoy watching them, just because I'm disturbed as well. But I think I have like three at the top of my head. I would just like to mention it's not a movie, but it's a series. It's Haunting of Hill House. It is on
Yes,
Netflix. It
it's
is
so
on
good.
Netflix. So that
Yes.
one probably like an honorable mention just because it is like a symbolism of the five stages of grief, and it also represents like about family and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that. But
All
the
over that. Yep.
top two would probably be Shutter, because I also love like a good jump scare. I probably only watched that like two, three times because I just couldn't like sleep for 2 weeks after. I couldn't look at myself in the
2 weeks.
mirror like for two
Fuck yeah.
weeks. And yeah, because of that movie, like till this day, I have a nightlight like every time I go to sleep.
Fuck
So
yeah.
yeah, just a
The
trivia for you
the
guys.
Starry Nights.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
probably that. And I think I mentioned this earlier. It's what is that?
Taking a
Ah.
photo with it.
So like dude, like every time I have like this weird strange feeling like on my back, I feel like fuck, is someone like
Fuck, is
hunched
someone like
over
on
me,
top of you right
bro? Yeah. So yeah, I mentioned Hereditary because also I don't. I mean, I enjoy like jump scares, but I got like desensitized with that because like I do love watching horror movies. So I don't know. It's
You
nothing to
just
me.
predict it
Yeah,
at that
I
point.
I enjoy a lot more psychological horror movies because that's what does get to you. So Hereditary is also about family and how like um resentment and like um festering tension between, I mean, like among the relationship of family, like
Yeah.
Right.
that's what really got to me. So
Yeah, yeah,
probably
yeah.
that. Yeah. I'm never gonna watch that again.
Are you and what was the last one? Do you still have a last one?
I know those were
Oh,
the
that was
three.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Um really quick one. Are you both the type where when you watch horror movies you like you put on the blanket like
I do
this?
this.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
How about you, Bobby? Do you like cover your eyes
Yeah, I cover
sometimes?
my eyes, pero nakasilip. The speaking,
Ah, okay, okay,
you know.
okay. Yeah, because like, I never did that. At least recently, I think that like my mid to late 20s, I never did that anymore.
Hmm.
It's not because I'm not scared, but of course, like I want to, especially if you're watching with someone like my fiance who's really scared about like whenever she watches movies. It's like
Hmm.
there was a video on my Instagram. It was a short video where you would see her watching The Nun, and she was like all covered, and we were watching it on the TV. And I was like just laughing, and yeah, I feel that parang ako I should be the protector and stuff,
Right.
and and I guess like I'm also like used to it now
Mm-hmm.
because I
Hmm.
do watch horror movies alone. I
Mm.
watch horror movies alone more than watching it with people because people
Right.
in the household normally hates watching horror.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense.
and
Yeah.
it I don't know, it just makes it more real. Like when you watch it alone,
Yeah.
you
Do
get
you
the
watch it
whole vibe of
often,
it.
like more alone compared to
Yeah.
with people? See?
Because
Yeah.
again, like a lot of my friends don't want to watch horror movies.
Yeah. Kind of disturbed like that. Bobby,
But it's
Yeah.
more
do you
fun
watch it
with
alone?
friends, right?
Yeah,
It
but
becomes a comedy.
it is. It
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
but
you
that's
get
the
to
thing.
laugh. Yeah.
You don't want it as a comedy. It's like you want to
Right,
feel,
right.
Mm.
the experience of
Yeah.
being
You really
in
want to
horror.
sit in it and like
Yeah,
be immersed in the whole feel. Yeah.
I mean, that's true.
agreed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
these days I watch it alone. Again, I used to watch it with someone, but that's over. uh,
Oh,
well, there's this type of horror movies that actually freak me out. You know those type of movies like Hush, where you live
yeah.
alone and someone wants to kill you for no
Right.
reason.
Right. Something that could possibly happen, like
Yeah, something that could
in
possibly
reality.
happen.
Yeah.
Don't Breathe was pretty solid too. The first one.
Yes.
Oh
The f-
yeah.
Yeah. Because it was like you have this 6'5", 260 pound blind ex Navy SEAL.
Military guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just haunting your ass because you stole from his house.
Yeah.
The premise though is hella funny, right? It's like you
Mm.
right.
never know. It's like kung magnanakaw ka and then you went inside the house, like not knowing that this guy who owns the house is a fucking serial killer and will beat
Yeah.
your ass. Not in a good way. So
True. Ginusto nyo yan eh. Yan talaga.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, suits you. Yeah, whatever. Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast Season 4. My name is Yuki. This is Ingrid. This is Bobby. And
We're back.
yes, we
I'm
are
back.
back for Season 4. Yeah, you are at least. Today we launched Season 4, which is fantastic. Thank you very much
Woo!
to everyone who is currently watching it, listening to it. We'll try and do this the best we can in a weekly basis so that we'll get more episodes for all of you.
I hope you guys
But
like the reels. The reels are the
oh yeah,
TikToks. Those were really
yeah.
nice.
It's really hard to do, so please like them. I think but there is like, well, it's strategy talks and we'll talk about it later. But anyway, um so I think we're pretty much all aware of Kepler as a group. I think
Yeah.
all three of us have a level of love towards them. And I can even speak for myself when I say that they're probably the only project group that I actually liked from the beginning.
Mhm.
Kasi it's like IOI I liked after they disbanded.
Right.
Eyes One I never really followed. I don't hate them personally. I just didn't follow them. And then ZB19 is something that I don't follow. And then here comes Kepler, who's just amazing. It's like I love them. I love the group. I love the individuals in the group, and I just wanted to talk about Kepler. I know I think we had like an episode that talked about Kepler in the past season, but never in this level.
Of
Um,
sentiment.
yeah, and I was like, the premise of the episode, I feel, is that we can talk about where we're at because it's been 2 years,
Hmm.
almost 2 years since they debuted, and I wanted to know your thoughts, like all of us, on where you think we're at with Kepler. Because it never really occurred to me that they like skyrocketed.
Right.
Although I think personally they were posed to do that
Mm.
because these were, you know, with Girls Planet, these were pretty strong competitors. We've seen them, and I, by the way, I'm still very much bitter with Yurina. Just wanted to say that.
Yurinaya Enrique for me.
Oh, Enrique, yeah, exactly. So it's like, I feel that, or I felt at the time that they were really posed to break the project group barrier, probably even bigger than Eyes One did.
Oof.
Because these were very solid individuals. Individually, though, it's like, do you think, so probably Ingrid can, and probably you too, Bobby? I just don't feel comfortable with talking about this, but do you feel that individually they're a stronger group compared to any of the other famous project groups?
Mm.
Because one would argue that Eyes One was pretty solid, even
No,
individually.
they really were.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this is out of bias. I think Aizwan was the girl 17, which
Mm,
for
yep.
me, yeah, I mean they were
Mm,
always synchronized. Both Korean and Japanese tracks were nice. Uh,
yeah.
I think with better production of songs or like a better selection of songs, Kepler would have
And
been
any
on
other?
par
Yep.
with Eyes One. Like it was
Yep.
really sad because again this was Girls Planet was the first show after the scandals of rigging from the Produce series, and this
Yeah.
was Mnet's way of like, "Yeah, we're not actually rigging. Now
Not
every
this time.
not this time,
It's Mnet, and
right?"
Mnet does have the history of
Yeah,
rigging shows and
and it
stuff.
was
And
my fear. It was my fear that since they, you know, let us decide who Kepler is, if they fail, they might paint it as now it's not our fault because that's why our the past groups were successful. It's because we rigged it, but now
Mm.
it's the fans' fault because you guys picked these girls. But then again, Kepler has like a solid group of women, women
Mm.
in that group. So I think I don't know, Wakewen sucks. That's all.
was
So,
16 Mnet?
what I think so. I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah, it
was it?
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. See,
16?
Ingrid, 16 was Mnet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Twice. Yeah. Even the Stray Kids one was Mnet. I think
Hi,
was it?
hi. Yes. I think it is. Yeah, I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so too. Yeah. What was the name of the show for Stray Kids again?
Stray Kids. I'm just kidding.
Was it actually? Wait,
I think it is.
Was it?
it was. It was called Stray Kids.
Yes, it also was Mnet. Fantastic.
Mm.
So I also I just felt like talent wise, I think individually they were solid.
Mm.
I can't really put a pin on it if ever that they were more solid than Eyes One, but I'm pretty sure that they were up to par with IOI.
I never really experienced IOA. Tell me about
Mm.
that, you guys.
Yeah, Ingrid, how say you? It's like, are they individually really solid or can compare to
Kepler?
IOI or Eyes One
Oh yeah, I think in terms of skill, Kepler is would probably be number
on
one
top of
in
the list?
terms of
Yep.
yeah, in terms of just them individually, their skills and everything else. But
Yep.
if I were to choose among those three, I would probably still choose IOI.
Whoa, different
I I I
opinions.
I get yeah, it's differing opinions, and I get that it might be different for all of us. It's like Bobby
Mm,
with Eyes One, I'm with Kepler probably because
mm,
I'm biased too. But
mhm.
then Ingrid got to experience IOI, and the sheer cultural experience of IOI was at that time pretty darn
That's
different too.
true. That
Yeah,
is
it
true.
was very innovative for them. It's the first Produce 101 survival. I mean, survival show. So I think although may curse, I think I've mentioned that before.
Hmm.
All the IOI members experienced
I
not
know.
not very promising
I miss you, Pristine.
careers. Yeah.
Oh well,
Oh
except for
shit.
Chongha
Yeah.
though. Chongha was
Yeah, I said,
pretty.
well, yeah, majority of them though. Like I think
And Somi.
the only successful ones would probably be Chungha. Arguably, nga si Somi parang hindi pa eh. Like
There's where
she's
we're the
still
same.
like trying to position herself in as a household name.
Hmm.
But Sejong, she's an amazing singer. She's an amazing
And amazing
actress.
actress. Yep.
Yeah, and
Uncanny counter.
the rest, Wiki Mickey, not really that memorable. And Pinky is now promoting in China.
Are they whitey now, or are they still pinky?
Oh God, Jesus, I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, I think it's just because since I did experience IOI, like actually watching the survival show itself and like getting to see them like their growth, some of the members' growth. I think that's why I favor IOI a lot more. But I agree also with Bobby. One was sort of like the nation's girl group for fourth gen, possibly if they weren't a project group. Um, and yeah, they use their members pretty well.
Yeah.
Their choreography was, very synchronized, much like 17.
It really
Hmm.
Um,
showed because
it did.
after Eyes One, every member is pretty successful.
Mm. And for Kepler, I think it didn't go as planned because of the things that happened with the previous survival shows. I think because they, like, people know that they are under contract and they're not going to be around for a long time. People, I mean, like the fans don't want to be that invested in them because they will disband um, eventually.
I also didn't want to point this out, but could it could the reason also be related to the pandemic happening?
Oh yeah,
Yes, definitely. Yeah, a
yeah, for
huge
sure.
Mm.
part of it.
It might have been different if the pandemic didn't happen. And
Mm.
it's like not only for Kepler, but if we're comparing it to just the project groups, then yes. Like I mean, I think Kepler got the bad end of the stick.
Mm.
Because Eyes One and IOI had the capabilities to promote so hard if they wanted to.
Immediately, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
immediately as
true.
Yeah,
well.
actually, Eyes One wasn't really able to promote that well too. Like they didn't get the chance to like perform like with the live
Much.
audience.
But that's true
But
as well because other than the pandemic, they had a 3 month hiatus because of the
oh,
scandal.
because of
By
the
the end of
scandal.
it, yeah, yeah.
Which what? Wait, what? Who? What?
Oh, Izone
Eyes
had
One.
a 3 month hiatus when Mnet was being, investigated for the rigging.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, yeah. I
This was
remember that.
after X1, right?
Yeah, and that group as well. Poor X1. They really
Yeah.
deserved a lot. I think they were meant for 7 years, but
Shit, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh, XG.
No, 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 no.
Okay, so what was my point? Oh, right. Yeah, there you go. So it really did say like there was really a hindrance when it comes to promoting because it's like other groups I felt like they could have promoted if they really wanted to or if their companies wanted to kasi nga walang setback ng any kind of like a global pandemic
Mm.
in the forefront of their debut. And
Mm.
Kepler obviously had that even in Queendom when Queendom was happening. It's
Yeah,
like it wasn't Kepler that was involved, but it was Luna, and you could see it's like Luna had to skip like a week and quarantine kasi nga na lahat sila almost nagka-COVID nung time na yun.
Mm.
And I guess that's a bit unfair for Kepler. And obviously, it's like you you make you make lemons out of lemonade. That's it. Pero it's just I think very different. That's why I can't compare like the the peak, or I don't want to compare what Kepler's peak would have been
Mm.
compared to groups like IOI and IZON, which are probably the only two groups that we can compare them with. Because
right.
these are the groups that were actually successful project groups. Is IO is IZON like the most successful group out of the three of
Yeah,
them?
Yeah.
I yeah, because especially in terms of sales, people will argue that if not for One, people won't be taking girl group sales seriously. I think they were the first to be on par with the boy groups in terms of sales for
Mm-hmm.
albums. I think three
Yeah, but
hundred thousand or
But
something.
IOI
Yeah,
was pretty solid too. It's like I felt like IOI was the cultural difference that certain genre or that certain niche in the culture needed.
Well,
definitely.
because they were the first, so they're kind of like the default for that.
Yeah, and if IOI promoted longer, I bet it would be like they would all be on par with each other.
Oh, it's like you know what, and we talked about this, Ingrid, right? It's like
Mm.
if IOI wasn't a project group, hands down, they're the nation's girl group,
Yeah.
hands down.
Mm.
We talked about this multiple times. I've said this even prior to knowing both of you, where I actually thought that IOI if given the chance to promote longer and had a more steady flow of music. And granted that they're not a project group, then hands down, pretty darn sure, Twice or Blackpink never stood a chance. It's like I say that very convincingly and with all of my heart's content. They never stood a chance. If ever that IOI got to release more songs, never. It never occurred to me that Twice would. And it's like Twice as the nation's girl group, I think talent wise could not compete with IOI.
Mm. I think the entertainment groups just got really greedy. Like they
Yeah, it's
kept
pound
pulling
toast.
out their members from the group. So what happens would be they would just release a song as a subunit because they want to optimize that member's popularity. So what they would do is they would either debut with those two or one member with like a bunch of I don't even know,
New
like other, yeah,
new
new
people.
faces, yeah, that
Yeah.
probably don't even care about, so cared about. So yeah, that probably affected the group quite a lot. Mm.
And you put up a good point when you said that there's that IOI curse, and I think it's the exact opposite when it comes to IZ*ONE.
Mm.
Kasi there are obviously more IZ*ONE
Also
members that
successful, yeah.
are just so successful.
It was the
Mm.
Well, how many?
Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. How
True.
many groups right now are active that has IOI members? Oh, not IZ*ONE members rather.
I've Le Seraphim. Fuck, who else? Fuck. Oh well, a lot of them went solo. So Unbi, Yuri,
Cheon.
Yena, yeah,
Cheon.
Cheong.
Yeah. And the Japanese girls, Hitomi Nako, had a good time in 48 before
All
graduating
right,
because
yeah, they
Hitomi's
went back.
graduating now.
Yeah.
What
Mm.
AKB48?
Yeah, yeah. HKT, I think. But yeah, I think,
Is that still a thing?
yeah, definitely. It's
It
still big.
is. Yeah.
It's really big. Yeah, I think Nako graduated. Hitomi's about to graduate, which
So yeah,
makes me
it's
hope
just
that they're going back to K-pop.
stark difference. Arguably, I think Chongha is the only successful member of IZ*ONE. Oh, not of IOI, and probably Sejong. It's
Mm-hmm.
like in their respective fields.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, Somi. Well, Somi actually had a very decent song, like on first listen, at least for my personal taste.
Fast
This
forward?
song from her, Fast Forward, is
Yeah,
just
I loved
amazing.
it.
It's a
I
bop.
love the song. It's such a
Yeah.
bop.
People hated it just to hate it, I think.
Yeah, and that's probably the argument that they also have against me on her other songs.
Mm.
But this song, it's like I was just like, is this Teddy? I was
I
like, Ali
think
was like,
so.
yeah, yeah, it's Teddy. I was like, shit, man. It's like, wait, is Shung and fucking Vibe also Teddy? And they said, yeah, it's Teddy. It's like, what the fuck?
Is Teddy making new sound?
No, Teddy is making music.
Yeah,
Finally.
I think he kind of has to because probably Blackpink won't, be hiring him
Ah,
anymore.
hi. Wait,
Hiring
we'll
him,
get to
hiring
that.
him.
But we gotta go on a break first. Like it's been 27 minutes. I think we go on a break. Um, yeah, we're trying to limit. See, tinitignan ko yung oras, guys. Let's get to our break first, and then when we come back, we'll
Okay.
talk about more of Kep1er and basically more of the podcast season 4. Go away.
This is the Kingdom Podcast with DWI. We'll be back after a brief break. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. The OGs are back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, all in the same. Oh, Threads, all in the same name at the Kingdom Pod PH. Bobby, what the hell? Where
What
the hell
happened?
did you go?
It's the website. I mean, it's the link. The Kingdom Park.
Oh shit! Oh my god,
I
that's
love
awesome.
that.
Yeah, at the Kingdom Pod PH, you can also it's not active yet, but it should be in the next few months, hopefully. thebunkph.com/the kingdom pod ph. You can visit thebunkph.com already, so that obviously there's gonna be traffic there, and Ingrid and I are already there. It's like you can see us there, and it's fun and stuff. So yeah, we'll probably let's have Bobby there too.
I'm on my way.
Let's have Bobby there.
I can record as often now, you guys.
Yes, that's right.
Let's do
So,
it.
yeah, there's gonna be a new team. I feel, obviously Bobby also joined us a whole lot in season 3, but I think in season 4 it's gonna be like a whole lot of this team, and I don't know what to call us. It's not DWI anymore. But yeah, we'll think about it. But yeah,
Wait,
all in the same
Bobby
name.
has to think of like a clever name since he always
What do you mean?
has like a
That's
such
right.
such like a
Bobby.
handle.
I don't know.
Bobby Hay, Bobrang Hay.
It's always fun if it's a trio. Podcasts just works kapag trio.
I agree.
It's always fun. We listen to a whole lot of podcasts, and normally the podcast, even like I personally, the podcasts I listen to have always 3 hosts. It's like just 2 or 3. I don't normally listen to. Well, back then, kasi like it was really awkward. I used to host alone, but I do it live, so it's not really hosting alone because you have people commenting,
Right.
reacting to what you said. It's like "fuck you, Yui, Malika," blah blah blah, and all that shit. And I read all of them.
They say that.
Through it. Yeah, for sure.
Actually,
Oh.
we could do that again. I think Yuki and I we talked about that.
And we will.
We're
We will.
planning to do like a live session thing where
Yes.
yeah,
We'll do it on
Yeah, with viewers.
probably TikTok. We'll do it on TikTok. Host a live episode. Get to hear everyone's thoughts. Like we'll think of a good chunk of topics to discuss. Para talagang like we can run and just go all out. And obviously we can't censor a whole lot there. Shit, can we cuss on TikTok?
Yeah, we can. Just don't show like any weapons. Don't say that you're a minor, and don't show
I can't
any
vape.
drugs.
We are far
Oh,
from
you
being
can.
minors now.
You can. Yeah,
I'm a minor. I'm 16.
you can kind of pass as a minor. Not gonna lie.
Fuck you, Art. It's like it's not, I can't even deny that.
Compliment.
Yeah, I can't even deny it. It's like I don't get sold booze in 7-Eleven kapag wala akong bigote. It's like fucking. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes, most of the time, it's not. It's just a big hassle. Anyway, welcome back. You can follow us. Oh, by the way, for my account at DukeMeister, Ingrid Marie IIE with an underscore for Instagram. For Bobby here at Bob Ranghe, on all of his socials.
Mhm.
Which socials do you have, Bobby? Do you have Threads too?
I gave up on it. But I mean, I have the same IG username, so I do have
Bob
Threads.
Ranghe
Yeah. And Twitter.
and Twitter. Fuck yeah.
Did
Good
Threads
shit.
improve? I don't know. I didn't like that they didn't have hashtags.
Yeah, I don't think it still has hashtags now. I posted the first time I posted on Threads was for TKP earlier today. Yeah, because
Sweet.
apparently YouTube doesn't just post, like if you post a video, it just doesn't post. It needs to be set as a premiere every time.
Oh.
So you get to, if ever that we post the episode, you get to watch with a whole bunch of people. Kung if you click on the link early.
Did you
Right.
put in the countdown or is that YouTube?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Cool.
They put in the countdown. Yeah, good shit. Where were we? Oh, right. I called it. We called it. Episode 1. We said it. We didn't think Lisa will be renewing, and it is not looking good for
Mhm.
the Blinks. I know, Ingrid, you're really into Blackpink right now,
I'm not
and
thinking about it right now.
I
But
can
yeah.
understand. I can understand, and I'm super into Lisa right now. Kasi nga with it's like Shung. Shung is my favorite song right now, hands down. I love that song. I listen to it daily. I
Yeah, they
put
got
it on.
LSS na.
Oh
Ever
yeah!
since
Oh
you
my
mentioned it. Oh
right.
my
It's like
god.
such an awesome song, and you have Taeyang and Lisa, both incredible dancers, the dancers of their groups, and this is Big Bang and Blackpink we're talking about,
Mhm.
and then having them in one song and just like such an amazing rap section too. It's just super cool. I'm glad it went to that song and not a Blackpink song. Um, What a hater. No, I'm not hating on Blackpink. I'm just saying that we called it. I actually think that Lisa will not be renewing, and this just shows 40 million declined by Lisa, and
Just like
rumor
that.
has it someone offered her 80 mil.
Who can afford 80 million? Who
Bobby,
knows?
yeah, Bobby,
Oh yeah,
you
I
said
said
a
it. I can only
agent.
think of Hive. I really can't think of other companies that can afford their
How about
contract.
you, Ingrid? Do you happen to have like
An
alam
inkling.
ko, I know you're sad, but it's like hypothetically, any agency at the top of your head that Lisa
Offer
can go
80
to?
mil.
Oh
ABS-CBN.
yeah, and oh ABS-CBN.
Well, it's just a rumor, right? The 80
Yeah,
Yeah,
mil
rumor.
thing.
Mm.
But my prediction is maybe like we never know. Like maybe the girls already are like in the works for like having their own label. Who
Oh,
knows?
look at her. Look at her. Just like
that's the
clamoring
good
for
ending.
Blackpink.
That's actually such a good ending
That's
if it happens.
the best case
Because it's not
scenario.
impossible. They have the money. They have all the resources they need. They're
That's true.
Blackpink. So by
They're
the time
very
this episode comes out, we probably have the answer already. So like
Yes, that's true.
let's hope
Well, like
for good news. But actually, regardless of what happens, I just want all of them to like take a rest. You know?
that's
yeah, it's
true.
like take a year. Take a year off.
Yeah.
Do what you
It's like
want to do.
don't appear on like even magazines and stuff. Like don't do variety. Just take a year off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like be human.
Yeah.
They've
Book
done so much.
more like expensive hotels in Utah. Probably
Jeez.
like not an average person could ever afford.
But they've been doing a whole lot of like how you say commercials still.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this commercial for I think it was a luggage company.
Rimowa
Yeah,
or
Rimowa.
Rose,
Yeah.
yeah,
Rose, yeah. And it's a big ass company.
it is.
And it's like I just feel that hopefully they don't get to work as much, like if ever that they're taking the year off.
Yeah, but then I doubt it though. I think they're still gonna be brand ambassadors.
Models. I hate it. I'm sorry. It's like I'm so bitter. No, this is me being bitter actually. It's me being bitter of not getting Blackpink showcased more as idols and having to see them on Calvin Klein and Celine and shit. It's like just very bitter. So yeah, I guess that's the best case scenario. Probably Blackpink signing together, building an agency from the ground up,
Mm-hmm.
And
and
taking a
like
year off.
and taking a year off. Why not? If they want to like that year, let's say for the first year, not really taking a year off, but planning the agency, I wouldn't mind as well.
Yeah.
What a great company too, spearheaded by Blackpink. Dinah,
Mm,
what great groups we can sign with Blackpink because obviously they can afford most of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
right.
Shit, Kepler should sign with Blackpink label. Dinah,
Yeah.
fuck Kepler. Oh man, it's like, can you imagine? Fuck, can you imagine that? It's like it's just so fantastic. It's like if Kepler as a group didn't really disband, like it started off as a project group, but the love for the fans and for each other, like nanaig yun. What's in English for that?
Resonated.
Resonated further or better or higher
Mm-hmm.
or stronger.
Yeah.
Um, just not disband. That would be fantastic.
It's the dream for every project group. Um,
Yeah, and that's why I didn't want to get into Kepler. I hated like there was a co-host for for TKP in season 2 and 3. Her name is Sun, and she's great. But when we were talking, she's a huge Luna and Kepler fan, and she got me into Kepler hard. I was like, yeah, watch it. It's like, yeah, so nood ka lang, it's fine. Ganto ganyan ganyan. And I really resented watching GP 999 kasi nga
right.
it's a project group. I don't want to get involved in that shit. It hurts when they disband. Fuck y'all. But here I am.
Here we go.
And I hate it. And then this is why this is why I got into IOI after they disbanded. This is why I never got to Eyes One at all.
Mm,
Kasi nga, it's like you're standing a group that's in borrowed time.
yeah.
It's inevitable that they're gonna disband. It's like probably for all groups, right? But also there's like groups like, they never really disband, quote unquote. They just go on hiatus, and it's like, someone like SES or Girls' Generation or 2NE1 disbanded groups, but we all know that they didn't really disband if
Yeah.
in a sense. So yeah, I mean, and Kep1er, IOI, Eyes One, they disbanded. Like they will disband.
Hmm.
And I hope for the best, like for Kep1er, because they're just very talented and so young.
I know all of them.
And it's weird to look into, like, it's really weird. Didn't you find it weird? It's like Ingrid, Bobby. It's like, didn't you find it weird having to see IOI members in different groups? It's like the Weki Mekis and the Pristines and the Ives and the Leserafims.
I was
For the
excited at
I
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Me too. But for the IOI members, it hurt when it wasn't working out
It
for
kind of
most of
did,
them.
no? Parang there was a huge thorn I felt for the fans of IOI.
Mm.
Kasi I don't know, and like obviously they cried their hearts out when it was all said and done, right? Pero
Mhm.
it's like that's for every group, I feel.
Of course.
Pero IOI, because it was so new and they were the first one, I think it was a very different feeling for the
Yeah.
fans. Did you follow them from Produce 101?
From yeah, I did.
Wow, shit.
Yeah.
So you were there from day
Because I
one.
knew I knew Somi was gonna be there since I did watch 16.
16.
And also, if I'm not mistaken, I think wait, Bobby, am I wrong? Did Cheon also participate in that? I think she was a lot younger. I might be wrong. Oh no. Never mind, never mind. Never mind.
No, it was a different Chaeyoung.
Oh, okay, never
Wait, you
mind.
mean Cherry Young sister?
No, I was wrong. I think I was thinking of Produce 48 for
Right, yeah,
Cherry.
that was 48. Yeah,
Who's
yeah, yeah.
48?
Eyes
As
one.
one.
Ah,
Mm,
shit. That was
yeah.
that was also because of the amount of people. Like Produce 48 had 48 members, I assume, right?
No, it was more
Oh,
of
it was
like Japanese and Korean
See
participants,
how
but
how dumb I am? Putang
yeah,
ina,
no, it's from
what an
AKB
idiot.
48,
yeah,
HKT
AJ.
48.
Yeah, the
It's
48 groups
Japan.
from
Yeah.
Japan. That's why there was
48
like
groups?
no, I mean
No.
like the 40 AKB 48, HKT 48, and there are others 48
Yeah.
groups. Like I don't know what they are. I'm not really
MNL,
knowledgeable.
this
No,
isn't
no, no.
MNL 48 a
But
thing as
they're part
well?
of that. They're part of that.
For us, yeah. And also JKT 48 is a thing as well. But
What an idiot. Putang ina. It's like, so how many members did the competition have?
It's kind of like it was supposed to be like an NCT kind of thing. I think NCT got that concept from AKB 48 where
So
it's just like an
127.
ongoing, yeah, like a couple of members just graduate and then they just add a few, like a bunch of new ones.
Ah, okay.
So there's no
Gotcha.
set number of members. It just so happen. Bobby, actually I have no idea why it's 48 specifically. Like why is it
Bobby might
48?
know.
I wish I knew as well. But I don't know. I think more
We're
idols,
great.
more
We're great
money,
at
Oh, wait,
this.
give us a
right?
chance. Wait, give us a chance. Like we gotta guess why it's 48. It's like give us a chance. It's like it could be as obnoxious as we can think of. So but
Okay,
48.
I think the obvious probably guess would be maybe they initially started with 48 members and then
And then just subgroups became a
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
HKT 48.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay. I have a semi logical reason. I tried to be
Okay.
funny, but I thought of something logical instead. Fuck.
Okay.
Sorry,
How many
AKB
members?
fans, by the
Yeah, sorry.
way.
We don't know. Well, we'll research, and that's fine. But quick question: how many members did IOI have?
11.
11.
Oh shit! I thought it was 12. Cause what I was thinking of was like, and then how many participants did it have from the shows? So there's
101.
HKT. No, no, no. There's HKT. There's AKB. Ano yung iba pa?
I forgot.
Basta, let's say they're four, right? They're four shows.
Mm.
That's why it's 48 is because they kept like they picked 12 from each show.
No,
So it's semi logical. It
it's
was
far
so
from
funny.
that. No.
So funny. Fuck. So that's what I thought of. Like that's what I thought
Alam
of.
nyo,
What an
ang hirap
idiot.
ng buhay natin. Pwede mo natin i-google.
Yes, and we are gonna Google. Why is it named what was it?
AKB48.
AKB 48.
48 members. I think we are correct with that one.
Okay.
We're correct with 48 members.
So okay.
Right?
So it no. So they thought that it was for the number of members, but instead it refers to the name of the group's president's office, which is Office 48.
Now, why'd
Oh.
he name it that?
We weren't even close. Okay.
So
That's
it's the
Who would
name
have
of
okay.
guessed
the
that?
agency.
Okay, that makes sense now.
But why is it Office 48 now? I'm curious.
You know what makes less sense, dude. So they have members and they have subunits or
Yeah.
subgroups. So
Right.
the
Yeah.
subgroups name are Team A, Team K, Team B, Team 4. There's no Team 8. There's no Team 8. Couldn't they have named it Team 48 instead? It's like
Maybe they favored 4 more.
why
No.
the hate on 8?
Actually, I would have
If you
preferred 8 because
uh, it's a lucky
it's a good
number,
number.
right?
Yeah, it's a lucky
Yeah.
number. Yeah,
It's
so
a
that
representation of infinity.
I I
Nice.
I I I pledge to start the hashtag and please help us out. Hashtag justice for 8.
Justice for 8.
Fuck.
if
It's
you
like
are
really.
if you're a 48 fan and want to hop on the show and educate us, please do.
Please.
What are these? What are these?
Ah,
Theories, right? But
noobs.
48. Because it's like four
I'd love to
groups.
know. I'd really love to know because they're really big. Maybe not internationally,
Yeah, but
unless
in
you're like
Japan,
very
they're
into.
like
But in Japan, they're like, hey, that's why
crazy.
Sakura was very favored in Produce 48.
Yeah.
She was the most
Yeah.
famous one. So
But now it's like we see Kazuha like just taking the helm for the set of him. Don't you think? Like, arguably, is Kazuha the most famous? I think so, right?
I think it's
Um
Chewon.
yeah, it's Chewon. I think in terms of visuals, Kazuha would probably be number 1. But mainly that's it.
Isn't it crazy how less? I think lesser of him has like all of them are like
Pretty good
Visuals.
visuals.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of them. Not just
No, but
visually,
then
but like
no, but then
Yeah.
like Kazuha's like on a different level of like visuals.
stop, don't touch me there.
This is my
No,
nose.
no, there. It's come
So,
full
hey,
circle now.
Bobby, hindi alam ni Ingrid yun, by the way. When I did that
I
joke,
didn't know that at first.
I had to link it to her.
I
Oh,
don't
the
play
Kazuha thing.
games.
Oh no,
Oh,
No,
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 not the
no,
Kazuha
no.
thing.
oh, you mean
It's
the
from a
song?
VR. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that too.
So yeah, she didn't know. Anyway, but yeah, okay. Well, I won't disagree with you on that. I think the set of him as a group is a pretty visual group. Rarely do you, well, not rarely, not anymore at least. It's like you see that on all groups nowadays.
Hmm.
Groups that debut, they're pretty solid visual groups. All of them.
Not just visuals, but the talent, dude. Like,
Yeah, so that's already a given. It's like I don't really doubt the talents on K-pop anymore.
yeah.
And that's where it becomes a problem for the older generation. That's why I think Kepler as a group is really really solid. Kasi nga,
Mm,
we all know that individually they are just freaking chef's kiss.
Amazing
yeah.
Talent is really there.
visuals also.
Visuals
Right.
are like just high, really A tier, S tier class.
Mm.
But then obviously the songs could do some work. Not all of the songs are bad. There were really good bangers. Wadada as a debut song slapped hard. I think is a pretty decent song. And then they did what was after that?
Fresh
No,
or
no,
go
no,
up.
that was before.
We go.
Up, 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 up.
Oh,
We
okay,
go
okay.
up helicopter. That's a different song.
No, no, no.
So up was pretty decent, and then we fresh
Giddy.
was I. We fresh was I. Giddy was
That was a summer
yeah,
song.
pretty
I
was
like it.
Really
cool.
cute. I
Giddy was
love
cute. Yeah,
Giddy.
Yeah.
yeah,
And Giddy
I,
was, yes, this is it. I
yeah.
think
Right.
that's what
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
I actually felt that too. It's like
yeah, they
shit.
found their
Okay,
They found their
sound.
sound. So I'm so
and
excited for their
then
comeback.
well, and then they're coming back. I think next month, right?
No, this month, the
Oh, this,
25th. Well,
right.
as
So
of recording, September
as of
25.
recording, they probably came back already. So
Yeah.
fucking just amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Oh wait, so they're coming back on the 25th. Oh
Yep.
shit, we're releasing this on the 29th, which is the week of their comeback.
Congrats, Kep1er, on the comeback.
Fuck yeah! Let's
Pretty
see how that
timely.
turns out. Well, we'll probably talk about it in it's
The
like
teasers
probably
are great so
episode
far.
5. I don't know because we still don't know how it sounded. But yeah, I mean, let's see how this turns out. I hope they follow Giddy because
Right.
We Fresh was a bit out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Love Me Like This, you know? It's like NMIX found their sound with Love Me Like This, and I'm looking forward to the NMIX comeback.
Did you like the one that came after?
Yeah, actually,
What
I was gonna
was
ask
the
you,
song
Bobby.
that
Like,
came
didn't
after?
they have another comeback?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, ding, ding, jiggling, jingling.
Ah,
You
no.
are
Oh
my sun.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you seen
I
that?
didn't,
Where they're
I
like
didn't
cats?
like, I didn't like it
It was
that well.
decent.
Is it Party O'Clock?
Yeah, yeah, Party O'Clock.
Oh,
I have not watched it.
And that's for next
I
episode.
I didn't know. I didn't know. Yeah, probably next episode. Why the heck
was it
not?
a title track?
I don't know, but
Apparently it is.
they were doing stages for it, so
Oh,
I
fuck.
assume
I
it
don't know.
is.
I haven't even like been seeing
I,
NMIX.
disclaimer: I've just been a corporate slave. I haven't been updated with K-pop much. But there were lots of stages for it. But it wasn't Love
Okay.
Me Like This for sure. But
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
yeah.
It
It
wasn't
just
Love Me Like This. Aw.
It wasn't. Wait, I
but
heard
it was
Ginny
cute.
is gonna
And
debut.
that's my girl. She's gonna
Yeah,
come back. Yeah.
I'm
She
so
just
excited.
Who?
Ginny,
Ginny,
the one
the member who
who
left.
yeah.
She's debuting?
Yeah, solo.
Yeah, as a solo artist. Yeah, people were judging her so hard for like
Just being a
turning into a
TikToker.
TikTok like TikToker, but then maybe that's just her ploy,
I would
shock everyone.
understand like I kind of understand the hate that she got because the rumors were her being a bully and
Oh, was
we're
that
not
the rumor? Wow. Within the
at least
group?
one of them. Was it?
Oh.
Ooh,
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it was, yeah.
I didn't know. I
Wait,
thought
shit.
she left because she wasn't really happy with how NMIX was being managed. But I didn't
I
hear
don't
of
think
like any
so. I
bullying.
think it was really termination. She got kicked out, I think.
Shit, might be thinking of like a different.
Maybe it was
We'll never really know, I think. Maybe years after pa.
Le Seraphim
Shit, it might be
or
less out of him.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Sujin
Lester from the bully.
G Idol. Yeah,
yeah. I think that was it. Oh no, I knew of G Idol. I wait, was it G Idol or
yeah, with Sujin, the bullying
there was
allegation.
another one? Sorry, like super hated. Oh,
Ka-
AOA. Fuck.
Ooh,
AOA, fuck.
oh,
Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah.
Jimin and Mina.
that was false, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Was it?
I
Was it proof
believe.
that
I
it was
mean they
false?
were both at fault, but then I think Mina just kind of like stretched it out too much. Like
Yeah,
she was just like banking on like being the victim for far too long, and it just
this
got
is
old.
so messy. I just didn't bother anymore.
Oh God! Thankfully, I wasn't a big. What was their
Anyway,
name?
AOI.
AOA fan. Yeah. Um.
Sorry.
But yeah, I was like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Jimin in general, even prior to that. Anyway. So anyway. So yeah, we're at 54 minutes, guys. Final thoughts. Where are we at with Kepler? Do you see them because they're disbanding in June unless they
Oh
renew.
man, I hope it's I
Do you
hope
see them even climbing the ranks more on
it
where
will
they're at?
depend on this next comeback.
Yeah.
I think they just need that one banger to have like a one more year of being well known, so that they won't be forgotten as a
Hmm.
project group. Because I know Zero Base One, they're like promoting two project groups at the same time. So I hope Wake One doesn't like just prioritize one than the other.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I mean, in terms of re-signing, it never happened before. But if it happens with Kep1er, I'd be happy just so they can prove themselves more, because they haven't even come to the Philippines yet, other than AAA. So
Right.
they haven't toured yet. Whereas the other project groups before, well, One didn't get the chance because of the pandemic, but like the success of 101 can be replicated if they just try. That's what I, that's what I think. Um, but I don't know. There's so many rumors. Hikaru going to XG and twinning, twinning by, she's wanted for sure by many groups right now,
Oh yeah, for
Mhm.
sure,
definitely, and
definitely. Yeah.
shouting and everyone. But if they want to renew, if everyone can agree to renewing, something that didn't happen to One, unfortunately, they should. But I'm not gonna be super hopeful for that. I just wish that the last year will be super fun, because I was really rooting. I mean, I still am. I'm really rooting for Kep1er.
Ingrid?
Mm. I hope we see them a lot more in variety shows too. I mean,
Shit,
Me
right?
too.
I don't really see them in a lot
Ever.
of variety shows, so maybe that would help. Since all of them, like whenever I do watch them, like just them interacting with each other, it's so entertaining. They're
It's
so
so
funny
funny.
together.
Yeah.
And they're really like a family. I guess it makes sense because the age range is quite like vast.
Small.
It
Oh
super
No, no,
yeah.
no.
makes
I
sense.
mean, like it's pretty big, so it
Really
really
cute.
is like they're
There's really
functioning like
like
a
an
family.
ate. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
an ate in the group.
yeah,
Maybe
Yeah,
yeah.
I
this
think
So
yeah.
we're pretty uniform when it comes to that. I think this is a breaking point. It's a make or break point. This comeback. I don't know
mm,
if a lot of people tend to feel the same way, but this should make or break Kep1er if they're going to be remembered as as a group that was successful.
yeah,
Um, because we've
I want
had
them to be remembered so
yeah,
bad.
it's like and we want them to be remembered for sure. It's like we're
mm,
Kep1er fans here, so I am looking forward to this comeback. Let's see how it turns out. But yeah, we'll probably react to it on the next few episodes once it's out there. We can even
Why not?
probably make a we can make a short. It's like we
us
can make
Yeah,
a
why
reacting to
not?
it.
TikTok of us
Yeah,
reacting. I think that would be great. That's content. Yeah, I think that's what we'll probably do.
Like a quick filming of like,
Yeah,
guys, let's
yeah.
react.
Like
Yeah, why
so
not?
once it's
yeah. We
out,
can upload like 10-minute videos on TikTok.
yeah,
So
right.
should be good.
Yorobun, once it's out, don't watch it. We gotta watch it together.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, let's
asleep
do it.
most of the time now.
Hmm. Okay, that's the show. See, put that at 57.
Wow,
Fucking
we
kidding.
actually
Yeah.
made it like under 60 minutes. I'm proud.
Yes, and we should be. I try. We'll try our best to keep things within an hour as best we can. Hopefully, even moving forward. So, yeah, that's the show. Thank you very much, and yeah, we're hoping for the best for Kep1er. We'll react to it once they do their comeback, then post it on our socials. You can follow us there on YouTube, TikTok, X, Instagram, all in the same name at the Kingdom Pod PH. And yeah, that's the show. Thanks, Bobby.
I love that.
Thanks very much to everyone who tuned in, and we'll see you again for episode 4. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
The Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by the Kingdom Podcast creative team, executively produced by Dustin Sese and presented by the Bunk Collective. You can find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok at the Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. For inquiries, please email us at thekingdompodph@thebunkph.com. And don't forget to visit thebunkph.com/thekingdompodph. Thanks for listening to the show and see you next time.